And we're live, family. Guys and gals, I hope you're all doing absolutely amazing. Let's speak. There's been a lot of things on my mind, a lot of things that I've been learning. And I feel that if I speak on them, it may aid someone in a similar position. And today, that topic is the art of being alone, or of being lonely, being in those stages of life. And before I continue, guys, I'm grabbing my water here. Before I continue, I just wanted to say, apologies if you hear any noise in the background. There's some AC blasting. I actually tested it. It kind of adds a bit of ambiance, but if that really interferes with anyone's understanding, my apologies. So yeah, guys, I'm here. I'm at the University of Pittsburgh. I'm in the library right now on the quiet floor that I would typically be at doing work and homework, and there's absolutely no one here, not a single person. And that's so fitting. It's me in the room. No one else is here, guys. No one. No one is here. No one, guys. No one. Don't mind my shaky camera work. No one, guys. There's no one here, man. And so why do I say that? Why did I show you guys the room? It's to really see and to understand, guys, that there's going to be stages in your life when it's just you. No one else is here. And those are the stages that you don't run from. Those are the most important stages, I would argue, especially in the beginning and the commencement of your life. There aren't stages quite like that one and like this one. Right? There's even stages within that, and I can say gratefully I am in a different stage as far as that goes. I had to start somewhere. And what we do in our society in the US, and in society really in the world, because the world society mirrors the US, is now that we're in this new time and we're of younger age, we don't really have time alone. And if we do, what do we fill it with? AirPods, entertainment, things that will change the way that we feel in this moment. Maybe masturbation, maybe content that isn't aiding you in where you're called to go. And that is something that I myself went through as well, guys. I would say when I was roughly 15 to about 17, AirPods in, that's all it was, even with people AirPods in. And so when I look at it, why did I do that? And the reality as to why I had it in my ears was genuinely because I was trying to distract myself from what I was living. I didn't know this at the time. I just thought, let me listen to this music, this hip hop, this whatever it may be. Typically it'd be that. Let me listen to this. Let me just drown myself in this, in these emotions, right? I'm always listening to music because it's distracting me. And why is that so important? Because we're constantly programming ourselves. So I then got to the point when I don't listen to music really, only in the gym, alone or in the car, very rarely. And I would see it, I see the old lyrics of the songs popping in my mind here and then leaving. I'm like, wow. That's crazy. And I was listening to some pretty violent and vile stuff. And so if that's the case, right, where the music we listen to literally programs our mind. Think about what you're listening to and what you're consuming. Think about that, because that will show itself into your life. And then I look at that time of my life, and I was listening to violent music. I was having a lot of violent thoughts. I was wanting to live that violent life. I was wanting to be a so-called gangster, right? And that's not really what I wanted, though. You get me? That was the surface level want. But in reality, it was just that want of validation of something. So in that case, due to the music, it was programmed to be something of that gangster world. But in reality, it's always just been, a validation way. And that's just a part of this alone cycle. Another thing that we see is just being there, guys. How many of us, even now, like we're speaking, how many of us are comfortable speaking like this and then taking a pause? And imagine there's people around you that you're doing that. Because a lot of us, no. Bask in it. Be comfortable in that period. That's the purity of life. When you're just there, you're present, you're with your other people. These are the gifts. And that's another small thing. And this all plays a part in our periods of solitude, of being alone, because in a way, even the people who have siblings, you are alone. You came in alone, right? And then were brought into a family. And when you leave, you will be alone. And this doesn't mean, you can't have loving and amazing relationships. Of course. The thing is, if you never understand that your self, your alone periods are what cultivate you into being the person you need to be to even enjoy those periods when you are with other people. And if you don't take advantage of those opportunities, you will be programmed to the world. And then I say, guys, look at the world today. What is it? It's a fallen world. Even to my secular people, if you aren't a believer in God, why would you get into a relationship in this fallen world? You have to worry about your partner that's a lady cheating on you. And that is something that is vile. For a lady to cheat on her man is one of the most disgusting and horrendous things that we can do. And if you've done that and you've changed your life and you've come to Christ, I want you to know that I fully love you, right? Like, I'm not here to judge. I've done things that aren't very good at all myself. It's small things like that, right? Or men who are cowards. A man that is a coward is the most unattractive thing to a lady. It's the most. Because I'm sitting here ruminating, what's more unattractive than a man who is weak? And I don't mean with weights, but in action. What's worse than that? There's nothing worse than that. Because that's the same thing as a lady who is very promiscuous. You understand? And I bring that up, guys, because these are things you have to worry about in a secular relationship in this fallen world. If you never take the time to embrace your periods of being alone and lonely, as they say. And I don't really like that term lonely, because lonely implies that you need other people around you to feel somewhat good. And sure, even in periods of solitude and of being alone, we may want company. That's natural, right? But we should still have a peace and an understanding that, okay, if this is my season to be alone, I will enjoy it, and I will be the person that God is cultivating me to be in this period where I'm being separated. And so, back to that, guys, to the importance of these periods of being alone. I'm an only child. I've lived a very different, you could say, unique life in certain things. So I was raised with cousins, and I lived with them as if they were my siblings for about half of my life. And then another half of my life was just me. And my dad is ex-military, and unfortunately in the time, he had a lot of those ailments presented. So he wasn't able to really be there emotionally for me. And he's made a lot of changes now. It's just, yeah, that was the time. And when I was there, right, in this period, because it's just me, right, I didn't have anyone to speak to in my house. I would go to school, but even then I was kind of dissociating a bit from my relationships, because due to that emotional unease at my house, I was already kind of like, I don't want to do that right now. And it's kind of funny, because that was something that was curated. But my natural inclination has always been someone that's very extroverted. Very much so. I love people. Now I love people even more than I ever have, because I see the beauty in every single individual. Because life isn't easy. And think about how capable human beings have been to have done so much work to advance the world to where it is today. Along with God guiding us, it requires us as humans, as a collective, to still do our side of the agreement. And that's just by waking up every day. So I bring that up, right? Because I know what it is to be alone. And before I was lonely, the thing was, I was lonely, but I also couldn't be with people due to, at this period of my life, I had a lot of mental difficulty. A lot of, now that I know there's spirits and things like that, demons trying to get me to hate God. And I remember there was a period when I shot a shot at the rim and I missed, and I was like, oh no, God, I don't believe in you. I remember I said that. And in this period of solitude, of anguish, and of being lonely, the devil came, and he's trying his hardest for me to go down his path. And, he was getting me. The only thing was, small battles he would get me in, but never in the war, because God was always guiding me, and he always took me to where I needed to go. He was always guiding me. Every step that I took, every single one, God was there, because God trumps the devil, right? And how does this go into the periods of being alone? Because these are the battles, man. When you are alone is when the devil will tempt you the most. So I'm extremely grateful for my periods of being alone in solitude, of just being myself, because the level of strength that I cultivated is unmatched. And not to other people, because we are all strong, but even to my former self. I don't know the other individual. I love them, and they did their part. That was just what needed to occur in the natural cycle of strengthening ourselves, as if we're going to the gym. And if you don't take advantage of these periods of being alone, don't force friendships, don't force yourself to go out, don't force any of that. Don't force yourself into a relationship. Oh, I'm alone. This relationship is presenting itself. Let me just get in it. You're missing the point, my brother or my sister. You're being separated to be set apart. And guys, I'm alone, right? And I know that this period of alone is going to change, because God gratefully has given me that wisdom and has provided for me in ways that I will speak on at a later date, that are truly unexplainable in human words and human terms. The level of change that God has guided me in cannot really be stated. I cannot explain it with merely a chromosome or an amygdala change. This is something that only the power of God can explain. And I'm very passionate about this because I'm tired of seeing my brothers and sisters falter and being in divorce relationships. Not even 1 in 3 people is likely to have a successful marriage, guys. Not even 1 in 3. Not even 1 in 3. Come on, guys. It's not even 1 in 3. And your relationship is the most important thing in your life, other than, of course, relation to God. It's the most important thing. And so if you don't enjoy and take advantage of the periods of being alone and in solitude, you will never be the person that can have a prospering relationship, guys, especially in today's times. Because I get the point where in times of past and prior times, adults had more difficult lives when it came to physical labor and things. Okay, I agree. However, this time, guys, is the first generation ever where people are expected to make less money than even their parents. It's the first one ever. You understand that? And there's a reason that God is allowing AI to be here, because the amount of money that you can make with AI, for example, is an absolute blessing for you to honor God's kingdom and to do the work required, guys. And even with AI cannot save you from being the man that your partner requires and that your partner needs. You can only be that person and transform into that person when you are alone. It will not occur with others, guys. Are there exceptions where maybe both of you are transitioning? Maybe. However, just think about it, guys. Because if I'm here and I'm around a certain group of individuals that I have attracted due to being this person that I am now, if I start to change, we're humans. So I'm living with them. They're my pack. I'm living with them, okay? So then even if I'm making these changes, subconsciously I'm conforming to fit in with the pack. That's how it goes, brother. You need to do that process alone and then get in. And it's not about forcing, oh, I need to go alone. No. You'll have your period. Always, brother. You will have it. Now the question is, do you embrace it? Do you accept it? Or will you run? God is calling you. God sees the beauty in you. I see the beauty in you. You are a tremendously capable individual. And don't let anyone take that from you. It is our time. We have the power to prevail over evil and to change this world forever, guys. God is guiding us. Pick up your cross, do what you need to do, and it's you and I, and we will be family in this world forever. Blessings. Take care.